I'm sorry to start the morning off like this, but we need to talk about it. Yesterday's shooting at the high school in Los Angeles shouldn't have happened, but you know that it does. I was crying last night when I read about it because if it happens at any school, it's like it is happening at our school. We are just like any other high school. No matter where it is or how far it is, it's happening to high school students or to students in general. And you guys need to be aware of that. And two things that I want to get across today is prevention and to prepare for it. To prevent it from even happening. But you know that that's our reality today. That we even have to discuss it. How many of your other teachers have talked to you about this or preparing you for it? Two hands. Your parents, your teachers, everyone should be talking to you about it because this is sadly our reality in today's age. And I was crying because I was thinking about you guys, because those students that got shot, it could have just been any one of you. And to think of their families and the whole community and how devastated they are. The whole district is off today there because you can only imagine how they're feeling right now, and the elementaries around there and the junior highs, because those are the schools they came from, and it shakes the whole entire community. It's only in Los Angeles, and I mean distance doesn't matter, but bless you. It's just that you guys are students too. And it's your reality. And last week when we had the possible threat to our school, I want to thank whoever it was that anonymously, gave the tip to the school. On the back of your agendas and on our school's website, there's an anonymous tip line for anything. So you can stay anonymous, because even if they're joking about it, it's no longer a joke, it's our reality. Just whatever you see, report it. You guys are this school's eyes and ears. I love working here, and your safety is my priority. I would be devastated if I had to send the news home to your parents. I only wish to say that you're safe. Whatever it is, to prevent it, if you see somebody struggling and that needs support, or someone's bullying somebody else, stand up for them. Or approach them, or approach an adult so that we can get them help. It's no joking matter. So thank you to the person who tipped it off, okay? We investigated it, and it wasn't serious, so school continued as usual. But things like that, you need to say something, or you need to get that person help. Prevention. Before we even have to get to the part where we have to prepare for these things. Like I said, if it happened at another school, and unfortunately happens at a lot of high schools, it can very much happen here, okay? So prevent it, be each other's kindness and support. You live here most of the day. This is your second family, this is your second home. We all wanna be somewhere where it's safe, yes?
Yes.
Yes, and we have a very positive environment here. I'm proud to work here, and you guys are in so many programs and a part of the academics and everything. I know you're proud to be here too. Being prepared. The protocol is to run, hide, fight. Yesterday, what the students did was, it happened at 7:38 a.m. So I believe it was in their quad. And you can imagine right now what happens at 7:38 a.m. at our school, yes? So there's not that many students on campus yet. And that's when the shooting happened, in a matter of 16 seconds. Officially, I know that 2 students are dead. And then the shooter tried to kill himself. I don't know what his condition is right now, but he's in critical condition. And there were others that were injured from the shots, and then I know there's at least one more person that was injured, not directly from the shots, but from what happened. So luckily there were 3 officers, I believe, that were off duty. They're dropping off their own students, and I know a lot of your parents are they're police officers, or they're trained, or whatever it is. So they happened to drop off their students, and they saw students fleeing the campus. So they quickly came in to assess the situation, even though they're off duty, and they, I think they were trying to help the students as quickly as possible. So they were they were the first responders. But anyway, so what the students did was they fled the campus. So your first step is to run. If the gunshots or there's an intruder on campus and they're far away enough, you run. Don't run in groups, you just disperse, okay? And whenever you're being shot at, don't run in a straight line. You wanna run in a zigzag or in a pattern where they can't get a straight shot at you. So you run. This is if it's clear enough to run, okay? You hear the shots, they're far away, we're going to run. You can hop the fence, just try to safely get away. The next step, if the shots, let's say, are outside the classroom, you hide. We turn off the lights, we close and lock all the doors, turn off and make sure that your cell phones are off, and we hide and pretend like we're not here. This is why I always make sure both my doors are closed. And thank you so much, Caden, and everyone else who makes sure that the doors are always closed and locked. If we have to lock down and you're out the restroom, you can try to lock the restroom doors or hide and go to the nearest room that is open, and you let them know and to close the doors and hide, because I can't let you in. In a real lockdown, if somebody's knocking at the door, no matter who it is, even if it's Mr. Dugan, you don't open the doors, because that's 1 life versus 30. Okay, and I need to save as many lives as possible. So that's run, hide, and then fight. If you're facing the shooter, you only have one choice left, and that's to fight them. The chairs you're sitting on, they're probably the best weapons in here. There's 4 metal legs. You try to take them down. I know it's easier said than done, but you need to fight them because they're gonna kill you. So you need to try to fight to save your life and many other lives, or they're just gonna kill you. And that's the fighting part. The students there yesterday, so a lot of them fled, and then a lot of them, I heard, ran into classrooms, and they used desks and chairs to barricade the doors. Because even if it's locked, could they still try to enter? Yes. Do me a favor tonight. Look up the Sandy Hook Initiative. There was a PSA created where, I believe it was high school, the students pretended like they're going back to school, and they were showing off their back to school items that they purchased, like their backpacks and their skateboards, whatever it is, all while going through a real shooting. And they knew what to do. They took their skateboards, smashed open the windows to escape. One of the girls had new tube socks that she was saying for back to school. She took it and tied her friend's leg because she got shot in the leg to try to stop the bleeding. I mean, I don't know how many of you know first aid in here, but things like that, to be prepared, is something you should probably consider. When there's a lot of bleeding, you need to put pressure on it. Use any type of bandaging or clothing to hold on to that so that the pressure slows down the bleeding. You tie off the arteries, your main arteries, so that you can slow down and stop the bleeding so they don't bleed out. Those kinds of things, maybe you should look into preparing with your families and as a school. So watch that tonight if you can. It's a serious video, so be prepared to watch that. And if you guys know about the Sandy Hook Elementary incident, it was little kids, and it shook the nation because they're 5, 6, 7 years old being shot at. And I know one of the stories, I don't completely know the whole story, but one of the teachers heard the shots, so they could only hide. So she told the students to hide. I think they have cabinets, and these are little kids. So all the kids hid in the cabinets. And the shooter did come into her classroom and asked where the students were. I believe she said something like they were at PE or the gym, and he ended up shooting her. She died, and all the students were saved. These are like first graders. If they can stay calm and know what to do in that type of situation, I can only hope that you can do the same if it happens. What if just one child in that room panicked or screamed? What would have happened? They would have all died. So please spread the word, tell your friends, prevention first, be there for each other, kindness, support, eyes and ears, report stuff. This is a safe, positive campus, and I'd like to keep it that way. And I'm sure every other campuses are too, but you never know. And even if it's a joke, like last week's incident, it might have been a joke, but we take those things seriously. That's why we have you guys to report those things. And then spread the run, hide, fight to prepare yourselves. Okay, in natural disasters and emergency plans, have a plan with your family. Like, where's point A, you're gonna meet them point B, or plan B. Be prepared.